Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has once again praised the Narendra Modi government, this time for India's vaccine diplomacy during COVID-19 pandemic. In a fresh column, COVID's silver lining for India, Tharoor highlighted how Modi government's vaccine Maitri program stood out from amid the horrors of that time as a powerful example of international leadership rooted in responsibility and solidarity. Now, the BJP has got another chance to amp up its attack on the Congress party. This is, remember, the second praise for PM Modi in 10 days. And the BJP says that even Congress netas are having a change of heart as Modi's diplomacy is winning the world. Let's also listen in to Kerala BJP chief Rajiv Chandrasekhar's reaction coming in.
देखिए, शशि थरूर और अलग काफ़ी सारे कांग्रेस लीडर हाल ही में उनका दिमाग थोड़ा क्या कह रहे हैं उसको एनलाइटन हो गए हैं और हाल ही में उन्होंने कहा कि रशिया यूक्रेन में जो डिप्लोमेसी भारत ने दिखाया था वो ठीक था और आज वो कह रहे हैं कि वैक्सीन डिप्लोमेसी भी जो हमने किया है वो ठीक था। देखिए, दुनिया में किसी से भी पूछिए आप, वो सब मानते हैं कि भारत और नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो कोविड के दौरान छोटे छोटे देशों के लिए उन्होंने जो सहायता दिया वो प्रशंसनीय सहायता था। कांग्रेस वाले लोग उस डिनायल में थे कि नहीं ये ठीक नहीं था। आज कांग्रेस वाले भी मानने लगे हैं, तो मैं क्या कहूँ, उनको मैं धन्यवाद ही दूंगा कि देर आए लेकिन दुरुस्त।
And my colleague Sunil Prabhu joins me for more on this. Sunil, how do you see, Shashi Tharoor praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi's diplomacy? This is indeed second time in just 10 days.
Well, this is definitely not going to be something that the Congress will be happy to hear. There is definitely no doubt that article that he's written, praising India's soft diplomacy, will definitely, there are certain misgivings because, as you're well aware, how did the vaccine come about? Firstly, when it was charged to citizens, if you recall, it was at the intervention of opposition parties and the Supreme Court in particular, which actually prompted the government then to make it free because they made it clear that immunization programs have always traditionally been free. And it's on that prompting that the Prime Minister then had to make an address to the nation after being wrapped by the Supreme Court and being really preempted to ensure that the vaccine program became free of cost. So that being said is definitely one story. The other story, of course, is as what Mr. Shashi Tharoor has talked about, the way India went about it, even though, as he writes in that article, there were certain, hiccups during the second pandemic when the second wave took place.
Right.
But yet they continue to give to foreign countries, and which has stood the test of time. I think there's no debate on that. Across bipartisan parties, they feel this is something that India should have done, and it has definitely been a good step, but definitely something that the Congress leadership will not be happy to hear.
Absolutely, and we have, Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, joining me at this hour. Ms. Pooja Tripathi, how do you see the comment of, your own party's MP Shashi Tharoor praising rival Narendra Modi?
I think I'll disagree with you when you said that Congress leadership won't approve of his comments. Dr. Tharoor has been a seasoned diplomat and an expert commentator of world affairs. So, and everybody in Congress is free to voice their opinion. I would like BJP to, while they, cherry-pick Dr. Tharoor's comment on the vaccine diplomacy and his article, which has been very brazenly honest to write it, and he must be appreciated for it. But they should also listen to his comments on how the government has done a grave economic mismanagement, on Narega workers' reimbursement, on his views on finance bill, on the tax terrorism, and also when he, asked the government to indulge in a constructive dialogue and let the parliament function and not, suspend parliament every other day for every other reason that they come up with. So I think they should not just cherry pick Dr. Tharoor's one comment and ignore others. They should listen to him as a person because, he holds the maximum experience when it comes to commenting on world affairs, and he's a very, very important part of Indian National Congress, and nobody here minds. We are not somebody, a whip is issued in the name of Mr. Modi ji and Shah, and you have to comment on that. Everyone has a free will, free opinion. and that's how Congress works as that it's an internal democracy.
Ma'am, if you call this cherry picking, then will not Congress party pick a story where, you know, your maybe if in a case BJP neta compliments Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi's policies and work, will your party not pick it up and highlight, saying that, you know, look at this, while the BJP, or in fact in this case when the Congress party has been going tongs and hammer against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vaccine Maitri scheme, but now here your own neta is praising it. Will others also join in the ranks of Shashi Tharoor?
Let me tell you something, first of all, they will not appreciate Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Ji. Sonia Ji in Parliament, stood up and pointed out the grave injustice that's being done and to the, tax cuts happening with Narega workers. Today she wrote about the, centralization, communalization of national education policy. I want one BJP MP who had experience and education background to come and say that she is raising some valid, pertinent points. Because we are talking about issues that's affecting the country. We are talking about ASHA workers, we are talking about Narega workers, we are talking about the lakhs and lakhs of students have been impacted by NEP. And I really want them to come out, but they won't. That's where I'm saying. It's not the party does not issue one line whip that you have to comment. Everybody, you look at Kumbh, everybody was free to go and attend, and as per their will, the Kumbh is the latest example. And nobody said, as media may projected, the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders may projected, but nobody said that you're not allowed to go to Kumbh and participate in your own individual spiritual gathering.
Okay.
So that's how Congress works.